Hello everyone, this is Southern Belle Whisper. I hope you all are doing well this evening. I am super excited about this video. I know I say that probably in every single one of my videos, but I'm actually really excited about this one because there is nothing I love more than a little gossip and a little drama to mix in with that. This is going to be another one of my work gossip videos, but I got a lot more juicy stuff to tell you guys this time. So sit back and enjoy. I'm going to be enjoying because I purchased this bottle of wine at my local Family Dollar yesterday. I've never heard of it. It's called Carlo Rosé Pink Moscato Sangria, and I've decided to try it for the first time with you guys. As you know, I recently bought a wine glass set from Goodwill, so we're going to open it up. I'm so glad this is not one of those bottles where you had to use a corkscrew. I made sure of that first because I know I don't have a corkscrew. Okay. So, I definitely need this bottle. I definitely need this glass of wine, you guys. So, cheers. You know what? For $3, that is pretty dang delicious, and it's cold. It's been in my fridge, so it's so refreshing. You might hear my cat at my door. See, it's a lose-lose situation with him. Either I bring him in here during the video and I close the door, he freaks out because he doesn't like, I think he's claustrophobic. So I either bring him in here and close the door, he tries to get out during the video, or I close my door, leave him out there, and he still freaks out. So it's like a lose-lose situation. So, anyways, I'm also using the yellow warm light on my new LED light that my niece got me. Thank you again. Because I think it really sets the tone for a video like this. So, for the new subscribers that don't know, on July 15th, I've started a new job at a local Goodwill. I have worked for the company Goodwill before when I lived in Myrtle Beach. I didn't enjoy it as much because I didn't like my boss. She was a perfectionist and everything had to be perfect. Everything had to be colorized, everything had to be in the right sizes, like everything had to be perfect. And it was a huge store. The one I work at now is like 2 times as smaller as that store was. So I know where everything is, and that's so great, you guys. I can't explain to you how great it is. I can't remember ever enjoying a job this much. I enjoy the people I work with. I enjoy the hours that I work. I enjoy just interacting with the public the way I do. It's just, I love it, you guys. I love my job. So, I'm not going to use real names during this video. But, so, let me think. Okay, so, one of my coworkers, let's say his name is Nathan. It's really hard for me to break the ice with a new person. I'm very shy, at least I used to be. I'm usually very shy, very secluded, afraid of saying the wrong things. And the first day that I worked, I was putting my purse in my locker, and I talked to Siri on my phone. And I go, Siri, turn off iPhone. And I hear Nathan say in the background, calling 911. Which made me laugh, which made me love him immediately. Not like romantic love. He's a kid. He's 23 years old, so he's a kid. But he reminds me so much of an old friend of mine. And I still have a relationship with my old friend's mother, and I told her, I said, it's like having him back. It's like having my friend back. So ever since that day, that first day, and I was so nervous too, you know, you got those first day jitters going on, and so start off with Nathan immediately, being comfortable around him, being able to joke around and not take stuff so seriously. And then from him it went to Margaret. I'll call her Margaret. And then Theodore. I'll call him Theodore. This is all the people that work in the back, by the way. Theodore, Margaret, and of course my boss. We'll call her Susan. And the assistant manager, we'll call her May. Okay? So, when it comes to breaking the ice, the people in the back, immediately, they don't take, the only thing they take seriously is their job. They work their asses off, but they don't take anything too seriously. They're always joking around with each other. They don't take offense to certain jokes, like if you're joking around, and like the other day I offered everybody a piece of gum. Everybody took a piece, except for Nathan. And I was like, I said, are you afraid your fiance is going to be mad because you took a piece of gum from another woman? And he thought that was really funny. He's got a fiance and a little girl that is so cute. You guys, oh my gosh. And he's so proud of his family, and it's just the sweetest thing. He says his fiance is the best thing that ever happened to him. And I just think that's the sweetest thing. How much he loves her. He's always talking, every time he goes on break, he's always talking on the phone with her, telling her how much he loves her. And I just think it's so sweet, you guys. Time to refill my glass. So everybody in the back that works in the back with donations and things like that, they're just awesome. They're all awesome. But the one that really secured me the job was, I will call her Angie. We went to elementary school together, and she was the one that secured my job for me. She went straight to her boss, my boss now, our boss, and said, I've known Kelly since elementary school, and she is the sweetest person, and I know she'll work hard. So I know that helped me in getting that job. And we're always talking and joking around. She thinks I'm funny. Like today, we'll get to today, but she's like, girl, you're so funny. I love being around you. I was like, okay, funny's good. Funny's good. I use it as a mechanism, like Chandler from Friends. You're welcome. But anyway, she is the one that secured me this job. So I owe her a lot of gratitude. And then there is... I'm trying to think of a name because his name starts with a Z. And I'm trying to think of a name that starts with a Z. We'll call him Zeus. How about that? That's the only name I can think of. He is 19 years old. And same thing. The other day we were talking movies. He was like, my favorite Christmas movie is White Christmas. I was like, wow, for a 19-year-old to say his favorite Christmas movie is White Christmas. And then he was like, I also really like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Me and my dad watch it every Thanksgiving. I was like, oh my gosh, this kid is an old soul. He knows his movies. Like just the other day, he asked me if I had watched the movie 12 Angry Men. Like, how old is that movie, you guys? I told him, I said, you're an old soul. And he was like, well, my dad had me later in life. So he shared with me all the good music and movies, and it really reminded me of my mama because she bestowed upon me great taste in music and movies as well. So, and he's just always, sorry, excuse me, you guys, sorry. He just keeps things light. Every time we work together, always joking around, always making it to where the hours just fly by, and good kid, just a really, really good kid. I think I had a customer. We were talking about Harry Potter. And I think I had a customer that had a kid with red hair. And I turned to Zeus and I was like, I was tempted to say to that customer, oh, the red hair and the clothes, you must be a Weasley. And he is very theatrical. So he will literally get the accent and everything. You must be a Weasley. You know, like Draco from Harry Potter. And that made me laugh till I about peed my pants. I just love people like that. I love to laugh, you guys. If you can make me laugh, then we are going to be friends. I love to laugh. So, let's get into a little drama. So, there's also this other girl. She's like, when it comes to orientation, she's like one day above me. And she's very quiet, very secluded, doesn't talk much, kind of acts like she's the manager. Like, she was like, to me, she was like, you're supposed to do things like this and do things like that. I was like, okay, well, thank you for showing me. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, bitch. You know, I'm a Christian, but I'm not perfect. But the other day, it was me, Zeus, and somebody else, I can't remember. But he said that, okay, I will call her Helen. The girl, Helen. He said, Helen, I asked Helen the other day who her favorite coworker is so far. And that he said she couldn't really say because she was too new, right? And she said, but I know who my least favorite coworker is. And she said, Nathan. And she said, he talks too much. And I felt myself kind of wanting to be protective of Nathan, because I freaking love the kid, okay? He is... The other day, I had such a rough day at work, you guys. And usually they keep the fridge stocked full of ice cold waters. It was the one day that I did not take my tumbler with me. But that day, I opened the fridge, there was no waters. So I was like, oh, great. What am I going to do? I'm thirsty as hell. I guess I'll just go to the water fountain outside and drink from that. But I kind of groaned a little bit when I opened the fridge and there was no water. And Nathan heard me and he said, I know I have a water, it's in my bag. He said, it's not cold, but it's water. And he gave me his last bottle of water. You guys, like, that is how sweet this kid is. So when she said that he was her least favorite coworker because he talks too much, I almost wanted to be protective of him. I almost wanted to be like, well, guess what, Helen? I don't like you very much either. You think you're a know-it-all and that you're the manager, and like one day she called out. She was like, I've got a concussion. So we all thought, oh, she's been in a car accident. No, she told us that her head was pushed into concrete 3 times by another girl. And that's how she got the concussion. So she's obviously one of those people that's like a troublemaker. So I felt like saying, well, guess what? Helen's my least favorite coworker. How about that? Yeah, because I couldn't imagine. When it comes to my favorites, Nathan would probably be the top of my list. Just because of how sweet he is to me. So, I remember when we both opened the store, me and Nathan, the other day. We were sitting in the break room. He said, yeah, I have 4 sisters, and I'm the only boy, and I'm the youngest. And I said, yep. I said, I have 5 older brothers, and I'm the only girl, and I'm the youngest. And he just disclosed to me that there was a lot of addiction in his family. And I've been around plenty of addiction. So we kind of related to each other when it came to that. So, you know, I told him, I said, you have to break that cycle of addiction. You gotta be the person that says, hey, I have a fiance, I have a little girl that needs me. I don't need to be numbing my mind with drugs. And he really took it into account. He was like, I really appreciate you telling me that. But, yeah, I think the world of him. I really do. So yeah, that was a little dramatic with the Helen thing. And also, you guys, these kids, so, I don't want to sound racist or anything. I'm not racist. But there is this Mexican mom and her 3 kids that come into the store every week. And she lets them wreak havoc in the store. Like today, you guys, I thought I was going to have a hemorrhage. Before we get started, I need to refill my glass for this. So, of course, they don't understand English. You can't say anything. By the way, you cannot say a word to the kids. You can't say, don't do that, you're going to trip somebody. Please don't do that, you're going to get hurt. You can't say anything. So this kid, maybe like 3 or 4, was on like this toy, like tractor like thing, and he was just scooting around the whole store, making that room, 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 room noise for like an hour, you guys. He got the toy stuck at one point close to the register where I was. By the way, I'm a sales associate, so I work at the front. And so he was, and then he gets it stuck at the cash register, and he looks at me, and he doesn't understand English, so he's just like, he's pointing at the toy, and I could have just taken the toy and been like, well, sorry, Charlie, but you've had your fun, it's over now. But I couldn't do that to him. I just couldn't do it, so I backed up the toy and I gave it back to him, and he went on his merry way with the room, room, room for the next hour. Today was a bad day, you guys. And it wasn't because of work. Okay, let me just tell you guys. Back in 2017, I had my last tonsillectomy. And they put me on pain medicine because that hurt. They used a laser, so it was like second degree burns hurting. And I was so focused on the hurting in my throat that I didn't realize I hadn't, okay, toilet humor coming, you guys, I'm sorry if you don't like toilet humor, but I didn't realize I hadn't had a certain bathroom thing in 2 weeks. So I became impacted in 2017 and could not go, no matter how hard I tried. Had to go work, about passed out. I said, I can't do this, I need to go to the ER. And I worked at the same hospital, you guys, so I had to go to the ER of the hospital that I worked at so they could do that bag thing that holds the warm water. And yeah, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. But that happened again today. I recently changed my medications where it pertains to my pain. I need to take something strong for my back pain, but I don't want to take pain meds. Like opiates, no, never. So I switched from ibuprofen to Excedrin. And I didn't realize until today that, it's been a while since I've had a certain bathroom escapade. And today was bad, you guys. Really bad. It was painful. I was actually, towards the end of the day, I was actually feeling sick to my stomach. And then I went to the ladies' room and the toilet was broken. It was one of those toilets where it was rocking because it became detached from the wall. So when I moved, it would move with me. So I had to go to my boss and tell her it wasn't me, but somebody broke the toilet in the bathroom. So I had to go to the bathroom that I never use. It's in the back. I never use this bathroom when it comes to this certain escapade, right? Because I don't want people to say, who blew up the bathroom, you know? But today I had no choice. But guys, it was so bad. I almost left work today. I almost said, I'm sick, I need to go home. But I pulled through. I still plastered a smile on my face and was like, welcome to Goodwill. How you doing? Are y'all having a great day? Great. It's all unicorns and rainbows for me. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah. But I'm kind of proud of myself because it was this one girl's last day. We'll call her Stacy. And so it was 4:15. I was supposed to leave at 4:30. And she goes, when are y'all leaving? Because me and Angie were leaving at the same time. I was like, 4:30. And she was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even taken my break yet. Which, we get 30 minutes for a lunch break. You guys, you can imagine how I felt. Because I wanted to leave hours earlier. But I had to wait for her to get back from break to go home. So I didn't mind working that extra 25 minutes, but considering I had wanted to go home hours earlier, I was like, this person needs to check the schedule. You know, it was her last day, so I wasn't mean about it. I'm never mean to anybody. But I was like, she needs to check the schedule and make sure, you know, usually you check the schedule and say, oh, this person's leaving at this time, so I need to remember to take my break at that time, you know. So I had to stay 25 minutes over than what I was supposed to. And I got home, and let's just say, I don't want to give you guys the details, but what's the word I'm looking for? The line has gone to my head, you guys. Let's just say victory. Victory, yay. Let's just say that. Where it pertains to my stomach. Victory, you know? I took care of it. So, just a little bathroom humor for you guys. That's all the bathroom humor I want to share. Okay, so the other day I was on lunch, and when I came out from lunch, they were doing the huddle. If you don't know what a huddle is, it's when the supervisor or the manager or the boss, whoever, gets everybody around her, and she talks about like sales and things like that and how we're doing, blah blah blah. So I'm coming out of the break room, and she's like in the middle of the huddle, and I'm like, well, I haven't attended one of these huddles yet, so I'll go ahead and stay back here and listen to what she has to say. And the first thing she says is, I want you guys to give a big round of applause for all the cashiers and how hard they work. Everybody start clapping. And I'm a cashier, so immediately I'm like, oh God, you know, because I'm so bad with compliments, you guys. I got one comment from somebody, Kyle, I think his name is, saying how beautiful I was, and I'm like, Merry Christmas. You know, I am so bad with compliments, so I'm already turning red at this point when she says, give it up for the cashiers, and everybody's whooping and hollering. If you guys ever seen the movie Lucas with Corey Haim, the end of that movie where everybody slow claps, that's how I felt. So I'm standing there, and she goes, we're going to talk about who has been doing so good with rounding. Now, rounding is, let's say a customer, their purchase is $16.80. My job is to ask them, would you like to round to $17 to help with our youth today? Because any rounding money that we round up goes towards the youth in our community, like going to school, housing, everything. So every cent helps. shoes, you know? So I'm listening to her and I'm like, oh, I wonder which cashier has the most rounding percentage. And she starts with me first. And she goes, this girl has been on the register for only 2 days. And she's got already a 50.43% percentile where it comes to rounding. And all the other cashiers had like 40-some% or lower. So I was the only cashier that had 50%. And you guys, everybody started hollering, clapping. Nathan was in the background going, well, yeah, Kelly, you go, Kelly. And I was hiding behind one of their little carts they were using to get clothes and things like that, because I was like, oh my gosh. A part of me was like, why'd she have to tell everybody that? Now everybody's going to hate me. They're going to think I'm a perfectionist or a teacher's pet, but I'm just a hard worker, you guys. And if my boss asks me to do something and tells me how important it is to the company that I'm working for, then I'm going to give my whole heart and soul into it. I'm going to be like, would you like to round 30% or 30 cents extra for our youth today? Oh great, thank you so much. Every cent counts. And you guys, I always thought that I wasn't a good salesman, but obviously I am. But yeah, that day I was like, oh my gosh, my boss is great. She is so appreciative of the work that I do, and I love her. She's so sweet. Okay, now I'm going to end with one last story, and this is the most dramatic. So we go around at the end of the night and we straighten clothes. Some people are lazy and like to put clothes over the railing where, all you gotta do is put it back on the hanger and knit. How hard is it, right? Well, I had straightened the whole store. Me and Zeus had straightened the whole store. Looked immaculate. And these two druggies, we called them tweakers, came in, and it was like a twister went through our store. Especially the jeans area. They had jeans on the railings. They had them on the floor. They had shirts on the floor and over the railings. And we close at 7 o'clock, you guys. These people were on the floor trying on shoes at 7 o'clock. And Zeus was he kept doing the announcement the store is now closed. Please bring your purchases up to the register. And they're just sitting back there trying on shoes. And by the time they left, you guys, it was 7:15, by the way. I told Zeus, I looked at the store, and I said, I'm going to freaking cry right now. I was PMSing too, so that was probably a big reason why I felt like crying. But you work hard, you straighten all these clothes, and you make the store look presentable to the customers the next day, only to have these menaces to society come in and destroy everything that you work so hard to fix. I'm sorry. I shouldn't call them menaces to society. But I believe people have a choice. You have a choice to let a drug control you or not. Like, I told Zeus, I was like, because their purchase came to $70. I said, it really makes me curious where they get that type of money. I said, to be honest, she's probably a... Do I even have to say it? I've seen enough episodes of Intervention to know what kind of girl she probably is. But yeah, that night I thought I was going to lose it, you guys. But I always keep my calm. I always plaster a smile to my face. They were like, oh, we're so sorry. We didn't mean to take this long. And I was like, it's alright. It's good. It's good. You're okay. You're good. You're good. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, oh, you want to see these pairs of $20 shoes in our showcase? Okay, I'll get them out for you, sure. Yeah. Oh no, it's only 7:05. We just closed 5 minutes ago. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. I just can't stand people like that. I just can't stand it. Anyways, you guys, I'm trying to think of other stories I could tell. Those are pretty much the main ones of how dramatic it can get sometimes. I told you guys about the bag and Zeus thinking it was fentanyl, filled with fentanyl. I told you guys about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It wasn't planned. I really didn't plan to do a video tonight, but I was feeling a whole lot better and thought I would do this for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be talking to you soon. I love you guys.